What's up, guys? Video a few weeks ago where I told you President Trump won the election. We've got a little bit of breathing room. Take advantage of the time we've got, opportunities we've got to don't sit back and relax, but take the opportunity to move forward and even better prepare yourself and further your plans and equipment situation, etc. I'm starting to have kind of some secondary thoughts. I thought this over with the guys, and I'm concerned. The same people that I mentioned in that previous video, I told you I felt like there are people in positions in this world and in this country that they really do not like Donald Trump. They don't like that he's won. They don't like what we truly are as a country, and they will go to drastic lengths to change it. What I'm looking at now is I said before that we were in a much better position. I'm not so sure of that anymore. We may, and this is hypothetical, we may be in a more dangerous position now than we have for the last 8 years. Why do I say that? Well, here's why. When the previous White House occupier was there, the nut job wackos, and I don't know of a better way to describe them, on the other side, they had their guy in office, right? Now they don't. I told you before, there are some of them out there that are absolutely off their rocker enough that they are willing to burn down the whole house, themselves included, because they're sitting in the same house. They're willing to burn down the whole thing just to spite the president, just to spite those of us on the conservative libertarian side, just to spite all of us who believe in our constitutional republic. That if they can't have the socialist utopia or the communist democracy that they want, it's almost like the jaded spouse who decides if his other spouse doesn't want to stay and take his repeated beatings, and she finally is fed up and leaves him for someone else, that if he can't have her, then no one will, and he's willing to kill himself and take her with him just to spite the rest of the world. I think that's kind of where some of these people are at. The left is coming unhinged. Look around YouTube. Look at the protests that are going on. Not all the protests are violent, but the people in them are mentally unstable and unhinged. Look at what they're doing. Look at the deeper side of what they're doing, why they're doing it, etc. Then factor in to people who are being violent. There's videos that have come up just in the past couple of days, of people openly and publicly threatening to shoot and kill people for no other reason than they've got a Trump bumper sticker on their car. When Obama was in office, we weren't going around, by we, those of us on the conservative right, the libertarian right, constitutional right, we weren't going around threatening to shoot and kill Obama supporters. We weren't going around burning things down and inconveniencing people's lives and destroying stuff. Now that it's flipped, they are. Okay? They are actually out there doing this stuff. We were divided before, but we're even more divided now. And I really am truly concerned. I'm almost scared. Not from it. When I say scared, I don't mean from a fear standpoint. I'm scared for the country and our people. I'm really concerned that we are approaching a tipping point and precipice that we haven't been at before. Because I think there's an argument that could be made, and I'm not saying that I'm making it, I'm just saying I think it could be made, that we are more divided right now than in the 1860s. I really think we're at that point. Where do we go? I don't know. We could be sitting on a powder keg that's about to pop, and it's only going to take one spark. It's only going to take one person getting fed up with this nonsense and bullcrap that's being done, who decides they're not going to let themselves or their family or the loved ones be threatened and in danger, and take action to protect themselves and their family, and righteously so. That could be that spark that sets off the powder keg. I don't know. What I think is pertinent at this point, and I said this in the previous video, but I'm emphasizing it more now. Don't just keep up with your preps and plans. Bump them up, okay? Bump them up a little bit. Make sure you cover the gamut. Get out, train. And train in whatever different things you do. Your empty hand-to-hand skills. Go learn some basic martial arts. Find somebody to practice with. Sharpen your knife. Get to the range. Make sure your primary defensive weapons, handgun, carbine, are zeroed, are functional, reliable, and that you can use them. Get into a training class. Get some range time. Whatever, however little bit you can do. Even if all you can do is break away for an hour one day, go to the range and shoot 100 rounds. Go shoot that 100 rounds and make every round count. Okay? If you do nothing more than work on your basic fundamentals of handling your weapon, sight alignment, trigger press, hitting your target, that's a plus. Obviously, there's far more to it than that. You need a lot of good active training. But if that's all you can do, do it. If all you can do is take your daily concealed carry handgun and go to the range and shoot a box of 50 rounds through it, do it. Make every one of those rounds count. Every little bit like that stacks up and adds, okay? But don't stop there. Make sure you've got mags, Make sure you've got ammo. Equally important, make sure at your house, food, water, ways to get, store, and or purify water. Maybe a small generator, small gas stove. Anything that you would want to have on hand for a bad hurricane to come through and the power to be out and normal services to be interrupted. That's like a really good base starting point. Get that squared away, okay? Medical stuff. Make sure you keep medicines on hand that prescriptions you normally take. Make sure you keep general medicines on hand. Go find you one of the really big bottles of Tylenol, a big bottle of ibuprofen. It can be just the generic stuff. It's all good. Little things like that. You know, over-the-counter pain medicines, over-the-counter stomach medicines, all those kind of little things. First aid supplies, all the way from Band-Aids all the way up to making sure your good trauma kit, you know, compression bandage, tourniquet, gauze, you know, chest seal, all that kind of stuff. All those little things, touch on them, bump them up. It's not just about the guns and ammo, although that's one thing I talk about a lot. It's all the other stuff too. Like I said, the food, the water. I think it's really important right now, more so than what I did a few weeks ago when I did the last video. Look around YouTube. There are people out there who, I won't say they're coming unhinged, they have come unhinged. Now it's just a matter of time of when does that cork blow, if it actually does. By the grace of God, it won't. But, you know, can't sit back and relax right now, guys. Absolutely cannot sit back and relax. You have got to get your stuff in order. And it's a daunting task, but again, get everything you need for a week. Use that as a starting point if you haven't already. If you're already beyond that, look at what you've got and see if there's anywhere you need to fill in any gaps. Is there any little holes or cracks and everything that you need to fill in? Can you fit in that extra trip to the range? Can you fit in, you know, extra trips to the gym? That's another big thing too. Get yourself in the best shape that you can get into physically. You ain't got to be a freaking triathlete. You ain't got to be ready to go to the Olympics. You ain't got to be ready to go to selection and pass the Q course, or go through Ranger School. You ain't got to do all that. Get in the best shape that you can get in for your situation, your condition. Be honest with yourself of where you're at and what you need to do, and then start working on it. Change your diet, get out, walk, exercise, work out, go to the gym, whatever you can fit in your life and do. Just do something positive to start working towards that improvement and change, okay? Don't mean for this one to sound all depressing and ominous, but again, I'm just giving you my thoughts on where things are at and hopefully won't end up at. So pay attention, guys. We are, unfortunately, that everybody says it's the ancient Chinese curse. I don't know if it actually originated there or not, but we are living in interesting times. So keep going, stay safe, keep preparing, and last thought on that, prepare for your everyday protection and survival as much as you do your long-term protection and survival. Balance it out. You guys stay safe, keep working at it, and I'll catch you in the next one.